YouTube? It's your girl Zoe and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see by the title today, I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a tad bit scared. One, because I'm getting all 4 of them removed, and 2, because my 2 bottom teeth are still low-key under my gum. So this one is partially poking through. I still have a little bit of gum on top of it, and this one is completely submerged under gum. Like, you cannot see it at all. So with that being said, they're gonna have to cut more around my gum, so that's gonna cause more soreness, more bruising, more swelling, stuff like that. So that is the point of this video. I'm gonna bring you guys along the process. If I can get footage inside the surgery room, I will definitely do that, get as much as I can. But I will be back after I healed up a little bit to let you guys know the pain tolerance, my aftercare, what I do to clean it, things I ate, and some requirements I had to have just to go into surgery today. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It's going to be very informational, because I know when I knew I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled, I was looking up videos to see what I'm about to get myself into, because, you know, I like to know before I get into things. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys today. So like I said, make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next clip.
Two hours later.
What? I'm gonna have a whole video of you crying. Still drunk? You can't hear me? How you can't hear?
I can.
You're crying. You crying now? What? What? Mama, you say you talk to ain't no way. I said she talked to mama. She would have told me, love.
Did she know nothing about it?
No. She would have said, yeah, this happened and that happened.
What did she say?
Well, she's a little emotional. She's crying. So, yeah, just take this and wipe her face. Told her I already had time. She was busy.
What's the up guys, it's your girl Zoe and I'm back. It has been 3 days since I've gotten my surgery. 3 days, and as you can tell, I'm still a little swollen here around my cheek jaw area, and it's not as bad as it was when I first got it done. I'll insert a picture somewhere here, but my cheeks were looking like Simon, Theodore, and Alvin all put together stuffed with acorns, like I was about to go hibernating. Like, it was very much swollen, and you'll see in the pictures. You probably can't tell that much, but it was pretty bad, and it was very sore. Like, I couldn't touch it, I couldn't really do anything. It was very, very tender, but as you can see now, it's kind of gone down. I could touch it and it doesn't hurt. It's still a little bit sore, but not as much as it used to be. As y'all saw in the videos that just passed on my car ride home, I was crying a lot, and y'all probably like, why is she crying? Did it hurt that bad? Like, oh my gosh, she's such a baby. And no, I'm not any of those things, and I did not feel anything. The only reason I was crying, well, I could say 2 reasons. One reason is because certain people under anesthetics, when they go under anesthesia, they become emotional when they are waking up from it. And I'll insert a little thing here so that y'all can read on Google. But if you go Google it, anesthesia does make certain people emotional. So that was my reaction to me. I've never been under anesthesia. I don't know how I react under that. So that was a raw, unfiltered reaction of me coming off anesthetics, and that's how I was. I was emotional. So it made me emotional. And then 2, while I was under, you probably saw this in the video as well on my way home, I spoke to my mother, and my mother did pass away when I was 7 years old. So for me to speak to her, and it's been a long time since I spoke to her, that was very emotional as well. I don't know why she decided to come speak to me as I was getting my wisdom teeth removed. I mean, hey, I don't know, it just is what it is. But yeah, so on top of me being already emotional from the medication I was under, and then me speaking to my mother, it made me even more emotional. So I was not crying because it hurt so bad. It did not hurt. I didn't really feel anything. Like, my mouth and my jaw area were still very numb. Like, I couldn't, if I licked my lips, I could not feel it. I was very much numb. So I wasn't crying because of pain. It was just because that was my reaction to the anesthesia. So that was that. And then it might have also been the level of anesthetic they put me under. They did put me on the very top one, like the top tier, the highest strength one. Like, I was out of there. I didn't hear anything during my surgery. I didn't feel anything. I was like in a whole nother dimension. Like, I was not there. I did not wake up, or not even wake up. I didn't hear anything until the doctor was putting me in the car with my boyfriend. I heard them kind of talking, but I was still asleep. But I just was kind of just getting my senses back. Like, I could hear them. But that was it. When I was in surgery, I was out of there. So if you could request to get an anesthetic that is very top tier, high grade, you could request that, because you will not feel anything during that surgery. Like, it's over. I remember her telling me, I'm gonna go ahead and put you to sleep and you'll wake up whenever we're finished or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And I went to look at the TV. I'm thinking I'm gonna watch me a cool little 30 minutes, 10 minutes of a show. I couldn't even tell what I looked at that TV. Like, she injected that into my little IV line. Over with. I was out of there like that. Put me to sleep so fast. So it might have been the strength of the anesthetic as well that made me emotional too. So I don't know, it just depends on what kind of anesthetic they put you under in your body. I don't know if you're emotional to that kind of medication, so it might not be the same for you, but that was it for me. I was very much emotional. I didn't stop crying, I don't think, until we got home. But yeah, that was that. And y'all also probably saw how much I was bleeding, and that was my biggest issue at first, was just the blood. I was bleeding a lot, and I think it's because I don't have stitches on my extraction areas. They just let it heal up naturally. So I think because I don't have any stitches, I was bleeding more than usual. So as you can see, like, I was going through gauzes like crazy. My boyfriend had to go actually buy another box of gauzes on the side, because the ones they provided me with was not enough. I had to continually change them out, only because, like, they would get full and start dripping blood. So I didn't stop bleeding till the night of my surgery. I had my surgery at 11 a.m. and I didn't stop bleeding till that night. So yeah, if you have stitches after your surgery, then you might not bleed as much as I did. This was just my experience with it. I didn't have stitches, so I bled a little bit more than most people would. So that was really my only problem. We had to go drop off my prescription at Walgreens to get it filled, and in between that time period of me having to wait to get it filled, I was in a little bit of pain. Like, I was very nauseous. I felt like I had to throw up. I didn't throw up, but I felt like I had to. The surgery site was very sore, very tender. It was throbbing, but I had to just thug it out until I got my prescriptions. And they prescribed me with, I don't know how to say this word, I'll enter it somewhere here, but it looks like this, and I had to take all of these the first day, all of these the second, third, and it's for a whole week, and then the last day I just take this one. So this is to stop an infection. So they prescribed me this. They also prescribed me penicillin, which is also to fight infection, promethazine for nauseous and vomiting. So I took that whenever I was feeling very nauseous and like I had to throw up my first day. I haven't really taken it since then. Hydrocodone, and that was for the pain, and I probably only took that the first 2 days because I'm literally not in pain anymore. So those are the only medications I took, and they were a lifesaver, because if I didn't have those, I honestly don't know how I would deal with my pain and stuff, because it wasn't too bad, but it was just enough for me not to feel comfortable. Like I couldn't sleep, if that makes sense, because it was just uncomfortable pain. That's what that was. But once I got my medication in my system and I was able to drink me a little smoothie, I was good the first day, and it's pretty much been a breeze since then. I'm also going to insert some pictures here of what I drank. They're called naked smoothies, and let me tell y'all, those are a lifesaver when it comes to you getting your wisdom teeth pulled. I know you're not supposed to use a straw, so that's why I love these naked smoothies the best, because I can just drink it straight out the bottle, and it was enough to not get me full, but to not have me starving like I needed food, you know. So I think my favorite was the tropical guava one. That's A1. And then they have strawberry banana is very good. And then also I think there's this rainbow one or something. That one's really good too. So those are my favorites. I pretty much got a variety of them. I got 10 or more, kept them in my fridge, and I just drank those when I was hungry. Love that. But that's what I've pretty much been drinking. I also had some soup. Day 1 and day 2, I had like tomato soup, chicken noodle soup, just something warm that I could have, because I wanted that taste of warm food, and the smoothies were just kind of getting old after a while, and I wanted something hot. So my boyfriend did make me some hot soup, and that was very helpful. Now I would sleep pretty much all day on day 1 and all day 2. This is really the first day I have not been asleep all day. I woke up at 11 today, and I've been moving ever since, but the first 2 days I was on bed rest. I was like sleep, knocked out. I don't know if it's the medication they gave me that's making me super tired, but I was out of there. I really didn't get out the bed at all. Now, as far as cleaning wise goes and aftercare, so basically what I do is in the morning I wake up, I take my medication. First day I did not brush my teeth. So once I got back home, that nighttime came, I didn't brush my teeth. I just went to bed, took my medication as normal, and I didn't do any cleaning. I just let it be, let it heal regularly. Day 2, that's when I did brush my teeth in the morning. I did it very lightly, and I tried not to go in the back towards the back of my mouth. Make sure I don't poke any of the sore areas. So I just kind of stayed in the front, brushed my tongue, make sure to just get the stink out. And then I started doing my salt water rinses. So I would get a regular cup, just put about this much water in it, and I would just sprinkle salt until taste. So I just want it to taste salty. That way I know it's doing something in my mouth. I try not to do too little, try not to do too much, but I just would sprinkle until I felt it was working in my mouth. So I just used regular Morton salt. I just poured it in some lukewarm water from the sink, and I would just gargle my mouth. I would just swoosh it all around, let it sit back here in my jawline area, let the salt get in there, kind of tilt my head, then I would spit it out. And I would do that every morning, every night, and then after every meal I ate, I also did my saltwater rinses. So that's what I still do now as far as aftercare. As of today, which is day 3, I'm still not really eating any food. I'm still pretty much drinking smoothies and soup. So I do have like this little, what's it called, syringe, and it has like a long curved tip. I'll insert a picture, but it has like a long curved tip, and that's supposed to be used once I start eating food and I start getting food like stuck in between my swollen gums and stuff like that. I would take that syringe with lukewarm water and the salt, and I would squirt that back there to get any food out of there. Now for swelling, I do put like a warm compressed rag on my cheeks whenever I see they're getting too swollen, and then when I get in the shower, I let the water run on it. Kind of soothes the swellingness. I don't put any ice packs or things like that. I just kind of let the swelling go down on its own, and then I do those hot compressed towels sometimes, and that helps a lot as well. But for aftercare, that's pretty much all I do. It's not too much, not anything crazy. That's all I do. So yeah. So last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about some of my requirements for my dentist for me to have this surgery done. So one of the big ones was I could not eat for 8 hours prior surgery. So my last time eating was 10 o'clock the night before my surgery, and my surgery was at 11 the next day. So I didn't eat or drink anything. I couldn't drink water and I couldn't eat. So in between that time, I did not eat or drink anything. So make sure, if that's a requirement from your dentist as well, that you do not drink anything and that you do not eat anything 8 hours prior to your surgery. That was a requirement they had for me. And they also had it to where I had to have somebody at the dentist with me, and it couldn't just be somebody to drop me off, they go do their thing and come back and get me. They had to be there the entire process. So my boyfriend came with me. He wasn't in the room with me as I was getting my teeth removed, but he stayed in the lobby. If you need somebody to come with you, make sure you clarify with your dentist if they have to stay the entire time. I'm not sure if that's something that's required for every dentist for a procedure like this, but for my dentist, it was a requirement. He had to be there the entire time. And I don't know why they can't leave and just come back. I feel like it's the same thing, but whatever, that was a requirement, so we did that. And then also another requirement that is said on the paper here, they gave me an entire list of things, and I read this and I was like, they're lying, like I can have that, whatever. But it says that I cannot wear any fingernail polish or acrylic fingernails, and I do have acrylic nails on. And I was like, yeah, I'm not about to just sit here and take off all my nails for getting my wisdom teeth removed. Like I just didn't see the point in it. So I went how I went, and I just was like, whatever. Well, when I got there and they started to put my IV in, take my blood, and to put all my medicine into the IV, she had to put this thing on my finger, and I think that was like to check my heart rate, because I did have like a heart rate monitor or whatever. So it had to clip on my finger, and she couldn't do it with my acrylic nails. So she was like, oh man, we forgot to see if she didn't have any nails. And she was like, do you have any of them off? And thank God, I want to say a day or 2 days before my surgery, this nail actually popped off. So I did have one nail off, and that saved me, because she either would have made me go home and I just had to reschedule, or they would have found a way to clip my nails off or whatever. But she was able to put that thing on this finger that my acrylic nail was off of. So I don't know, clarify with your doctor again if this is something that is required for you, if they don't give you a pamphlet. But if it says no acrylic nails, then they mean that. I thought they were just lying, but they mean it. So even if it's just one off, that will also work, because like I said, I had this one off and I was good to go. So that was another requirement. And then I could not have any electrical devices in the room with me during my surgery, so I couldn't get any footage, unfortunately, of my actual procedure. But like I said, they didn't allow me to have any devices. So those were some of the requirements that I had to have. And then in this pamphlet, it also gives me some of the common like surgical consequences. So it has like pain, swelling, bruising, stitches, limitation of mouth opening, post-op infection, and surgical removal. So like I told y'all in the very beginning of this video, I did have these two bottom teeth that were still under my gum. So those required more surgical removing. So that is why I feel like I only have swelling and pain on my bottom jaws, mainly this side, because this one was completely under my gum. This one's not that bad, but as far as my top teeth, I feel nothing. It felt like they didn't even pull anything from my top teeth. But my two bottom ones where I had gum still on top of it, that's definitely where I have the most bruising and soreness and swelling, was these two right here. So if you have all four of your wisdom teeth fully grown and they're popped out of your gum, you might not have the same symptoms I did. But since these two were under, I feel like that's why I have so much pain and been going through so much with these two, because they were still under my gum. The other symptoms I had was, like I said, the swelling. I do have on the inside of my mouth like some bruising and discoloration and stuff like that. Not too bad. And I do have soreness and tenderness around my jaw area. Now my throat was very, very sore the first day, and was a little sore the second day, but the first day my throat was bad. Like it was hard for me to even swallow my pills. Like it was bad. I did not have stitches like I told y'all, so I don't have anything with that. I can't give y'all any insight on the stitching. I didn't have stitches. They just let mine heal naturally. And the limitation with the mouth opening, that is definitely a thing. Still to this day, and it's day 3, I still have a hard time opening my mouth to eat things. I'm trying slowly to eat a little bit of things today, and it's just real hard opening my mouth. But the first 2 days, your mouth is stiff. You can barely talk. It's hard to open wide, and you don't even want to open that wide because you might pop something that needs to be in place. I don't know. But yeah, the limitation of the mouth is another thing that is definitely a symptom from this. I have on here less common surgical consequences, and it's stuff like numbness, tingling, burning, left behind root tips, bony flakes, mouth sinus complications. I didn't have any of this, so I can't really give y'all any insight on that. Like I said, this is less common consequences that happens with the surgery. So that's pretty much it on that. That was my requirements. That's pretty much my process. That's what I went through. As of now, I'm still, you know, only drinking smoothies, eating soup. I'm able to move around a little bit more, able to talk a little bit more. My pain has lessened tremendously, but it's still only day 3. I still have a ways to go, still have some medications to take. So hopefully everything gets better in the next 2 or 3 days and I can be back to my normal self. So I would definitely recommend, if you are about to get your wisdom teeth removed, to take at least 3 days from work, because like I said, this is my 3rd day and I'm just able to get back up and do things. Definitely take off of work for those first 3 days. The 4th day, you'll be good to go. You'll be up and at it. Well, what's up, guys? It is officially day 7, and as you can see, my face is back to its regularly scheduled program. Now, I do have scarring and the holes and bruising on the inside of my mouth still, but that is going to take longer. It's really all depending on you and your body and how fast it can heal. But from the outside looking in, you will never know that I got my teeth removed, so I am excited about that. Now, I am still using my little extraction tool thingy to clean my cuts and my holes inside my mouth, so make sure you are using this once you start eating food. It is a lifesaver. It gets all that gunk out and it cleans it, and using that salt water solution will help it heal at a faster speed. So all in all, I would say it takes about 7 days to heal in regards to the swelling. Now, the soreness and tenderness went away around day 3, day 4, swelling around day 7. Like I said, as far as the inside of your mouth, it all depends on you and your body. So I know this video is a little long. It is way longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope it was helpful to some of you guys. I really put a lot of information in here, so I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, that way you're notified every time I drop a video. Hit that like button, and please drop a comment down below. And also, don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias. I'll have them linked in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.